Flosstube. This is Jordan the Tattooed Stitcher. I'm back for another weekly cross-stitching update. I have a bit to show. I don't have any fully finishes to show this week, but I do have 2 finishes. So I will show those first. Preface, I might have some children interruptions today. All 3 are home, but they are playing downstairs right now for the time being. Anyways, okay, the first finish I have was actually a new start that I did, I don't know, at some point this last week. I can't remember what day, but that is Mary 2, which was a chart given to me, there we go, given to me from my friend Audrey when we did a little stash swapping, and oh, and she's Stitch Bead. I'm pretty sure I've said her name on here like a million times. But anyways, I just had like a wild Christmas stitching hair and decided to roll with it. And I kitted this up with all Belle Soie threads and a scrap of 40 count linen, and it stitched up really fast and it's really cute and I loved stitching it. So here's my finish. It's stitched on 40 count color and cotton. I really can't remember. It's the same fabric I stitched the pink sparrow sampler on. I truly cannot remember the name of this fabric. This is like a really, really old project from years and years and years ago that I started and gave up on. So I just didn't want to pick any of that out. But it's so pretty. I love it so much. I can't wait to turn it into a little pillow. There are many mistakes on it, but it's okay. Sorry, my phone's giving me notifications. I have a few mistakes, but it's fine. I just love the way that it turned out. Maybe you'll see one of my mistakes here. I'll point it out for you. I miscounted here on these leaves and I'd stitched all 3 and realized I miscounted here. And I was like, no, I'm not frogging any of this. So this little bushel only has 2 berries, but I don't think anybody will care or notice, especially when it's a pillow shoved in a bowl with 80 other pillows. I loved that Santa was in a black coat. I don't know, you just don't see that very often. I just thought it was fun. So there is my first finish. I should have kept all the Belle Soie colors out so I could tell you what I used if you wanted to know, but I did not. And I don't remember now. I mean, there's really only like 6 colors that it calls for, I think, so it wouldn't be hard for you to just pick your own. And then my other finish was pretty random as well. Sorry, I'm trying to get it on the board. I was just kind of going through my whips and remembered that I had this one that was mostly done and decided, let's just pull it out and finish it. And that is what I did. So when I pulled it out, I had all of this and the whole cat stitched. So I did the pumpkin and the crow and the top border here. This is, I don't have the paper chart of this one anymore. I passed the stash. But it was a Luminous Fiber Arts Halloween Parade. It was a market release either last year or the year before, probably the year before. And I stitched it on 36 count amber from Fiber on a Whim. And I used Weeks Direct Coal. I love the way she finished this on the chart cover. She did like a rickrack strip and then black fabric on the bottom, and I'll probably try to finish it in a similar way because I just thought it was really, really cute. There's some kind of grinding happening outside somewhere, If you can hear that, I don't know what's happening. But that is my other finish for the last week. I did not feel like doing any sewing or fully finishing, so that's okay. So let's see, now we'll go into my whips. I actually need this board. Oops. Nothing is ironed. It's fine. Okay, get my iPad out. Oh my gosh, there we go. Okay, so the first whip that I will show is my Ducks in the Orchard. I started this not last week, but in my last video. It was a new start with Rocio from Cocohama Stitchery. We are using the Vicki Clayton Silk conversion. And here is my progress. So I have made it all the way to the top. This is the top. And then I'll start going across here. Basically, I really just focused on border because the border is stitch heavy. And I thought, you know, I'd like to get all the way to the top and then I can cut excess fabric off. Oh, speaking of fabric, this is 40 count Dames of the Needle Dirty U. U as in lamb, like EWE. The colors are just so fun on this one. And the picture really does not do it justice at all. Like, the cottage is going to be this pink color, and I just love the way these silks are looking on this fabric. It's so pretty. Every bunch of flowers on the border is a different color, which I think is really fun and keeps it from being too repetitive. I just realized I missed some of this flower here. So this is as tall as the pattern is. It's not too bad. It's only going to take up just barely bigger than an 1/8. Look at the little duckies. I just love them. I do have a mistake in here, but it's fine. I do not like to frog if I don't have to. So there is that one. Create a giant pile over there. Okay, another whip that I worked on. I did not do a ton on this. I haven't been getting a lot of stitching time, which is, it's okay. And I'm feeling pretty kind of aimless when it comes to my stitching lately. So I don't know. I feel like my projects are kind of all over the place. So, reach my iPad. Oh, okay. This is the Gather In. I started this almost a year ago. I don't want to drop this. The Gather In Plum Street Samplers. There it goes, just dropped it. I'm stitching this on 36 count aged hazelnut from X Jude Designs with all of the called for colors. Every time, so when I'm thinking about this project in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, it's almost done. And then I pull it out and I'm like, yikes, it's not even close. Does anybody else do that? So all I did on this one was white house. I started about here. I had to about the middle of the windows on all these done. So I started about there and I filled in all this and in between these windows. It doesn't look like a lot, but that was a lot of white, a lot of white stitches. It's so pretty. I love it so much. But Paulette, I mean, she's a killer with these giant fill-in projects, and we just love them, you know? But it's a slog to get through sometimes if you're not in the mood. I would love to have this done before it's season this year. But that roof, you guys, look at it. That's scary. That's so much. That's so much roof to fill in. That's so much. I mean, looking at it, I'm like, that's scary. What can I do to make it feel like less? Every other stitch? Anyways, so there's the gather in. I'm not putting any of these back in the back in the things. Okay. What else here? I don't want to use that board right now. It's kind of a pain. All right. Maybe I will for this one, actually. Another project I worked on, let me show you, was a Hands Across the Sea. She's at the top. Where are you? And that is Anne Morrison, 1830. I just really wanted to stitch on a smaller hats with the bright colors, and apparently I was in the mood to do eyelets because I did so many eyelets in the last week, you guys. I did so many eyelets. She's being stitched on 46 count porcelain from Lakeside Linens. It's got a really nice pinky tone to it, which I think complements all the pink silks. And I did a good chunk on her. I'm almost to the top in this border here. Okay, so what did I do? I did all of these. Okay, please someone tell me the difference. So in the chart, maybe I'll show you. In the chart, where is it? It's showing, I'm just going to show you a little part, the eyelets like this, okay? So that's telling you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side, right? Okay. So I did that here. And it is so tight. It is so tight trying to get that many strands across these 4 squares. And then I was moving up in the chart, and you see this diagram. That's only 3 per side. So what the hell are we doing? What are we doing? None of the eyelets in this chart, like here's the alphabet above, none of them are charted with 3. Is that just showing 1 square? That's got to be just showing 1 square, right? Am I crazy? Well, anyways, it's way too tight. I don't enjoy doing that many strands in the eyelet. They look really cool. They're super puffed out, but I did not enjoy that. So this alphabet up here, right here. Yeah, this whole alphabet is eyelets. So what I did was I just did the 3, right? Yes, I just did the 3 on each side, and they were so much better to do, and I think they look just as good. This alphabet is fun because it's got all this backstitch in it. What else did I do? Oh, I finished this bird. I stitched this entire fruit basket. I stitched this motif, and then I just was making my way up the border. I think it gets to about here is the top. So that was exciting to get that much progress on her. I think I finished this tree too, because it was only half done. So I also finished that tree. She's so pretty. I love this one. The 100, I'm using the called for 103 silks. And on this 46 count Lakeside, it's like just butter. Butter. Okay, sorry. This bag, I've been throwing projects in this bag and keeping like everything I need in it to stitch outside. projects that are really easy to stitch outside. So let's see, I've got my charts in here. I've got 2 projects in here right now because I was kind of stitching on both this weekend. Oh, there's a needle in here. Yikes. And then I have my hoop. I got scissors. I got an oar catcher. It's just like all in here, ready to go. Don't need to bring my hoop out. Okay. First project I will show. I'll show this one. Is Elizabeth Poindexter, 1797. This was also given to me on a Pass the Stash from Audrey. And it is my very first 56 count project. And it's so small that I'm not going to put it on the board. I am stitching this on 56 count XG Designs Light Hazelnut with SWAT 103 773. And here is what I got done. So I finished this border underneath and brought it down, and then I started here at the second J and I did all these letters and I did this border all underneath. It's so tiny. Teeny, teeny, teeny. It's so little. It's fun. It's really easy to stitch in the tiny hoop when you're outside because the outside light is always so good. So I did one afternoon on this until it got too dark outside. I couldn't see very good. This one I might need the board for. And then I also did more in my red sampler. Whoa! Okay. Which is Niltje Cornelia Van Buren, 1903, which was the Hobby House exclusive in the holiday box. Zoom in a bit. There you go. There it goes again. Okay. God, it feels like I haven't stitched on this in forever. I'm trying to remember everything I've done. Okay. I think all I've done since the last you saw it was this corner. So I went up because I had done all this below the last time you saw it and totally finished the bottom from here down. So I decided to go up and try to get around this corner because I was about here. So I did. I made it all the way around the corner. I have a miscount somewhere. For the life of me, I cannot figure out where it's coming from. It's just in this border. This every other stitch border right here. The mistake is in this one right here. I cannot figure out how it's off because there's only every other stitch. I didn't do 2 in a row anywhere. I really have no idea. Whatever. Everything else is matching up. And as long as these inner borders match up, it'll be fine. So that's what it looks like. I would love to get this finished. I know I said that in my last video and then I barely did any work on it. I feel bad working too much on one project. Like, guilty. I need to touch more things so they know that I still love them. But it would be really great to get this finished. So that one I just keep in this bag with my other one color sampler, and I just kind of go between them and when I'm stitching outside, and it's really nice. So there's that, and that is my last whip, right? Pretty sure that's my last whip. So, oh, let me put this back in here. Now, let's organize some thoughts. I have some Stitchy kindness from my new friend, Debbie. She asked if I would like some quilting goodies, and I said, absolutely, I would. And she so kindly sent me this Jolly Bar. It's the Red and White Gatherings collection from Primitive Gatherings. Look how pretty. I've been collecting red and white fabrics to make a red and white quilt for so long. And I've never used a Jolly Bar. I didn't know they were this big. I was thinking they were like charm pack size, but like a Jolly Bar, like a bar shape. I don't know. I did not expect them to be this big. It's really fun. So I'm excited to try using it. I've never used one. I don't know what I was just trying to think there. So gorgeous. And then she also sent me a Betsy Chuchin layer cake. This is called Amelia's Blues, 1840 to 1890. So I'm assuming that means they are reproduction fabrics. And I love blues, but look how beautiful. Like blues and tans and creams. Oh, so pretty. It's very much, it's giving Sacre Bleu from French General. Oh, I've never had a Betsy Chuchin line before. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm very excited to use that. Thank you so much, Debbie. Okay, and then the only haul I have is my Belsoir Thread Club from Just Stitching. This was the June colors. June colors are Biscotti, Mud Pie, and Teddy Bear. I don't know why browns for June. These are kind of more fall to me, like November colors. But it's okay, they're pretty, and I'm sure I'll find a use for them. That's my only haul. So kind of plans, which you guys are gonna be so surprised. I actually do have, I had a wild hair idea of how to go about my July stitching. So the last few weeks I've been feeling really aimless in stitching. I don't know what it is. What am I working towards? I don't really, I just don't really have any goals. And I normally don't have goals and plans and things, but for some reason it's making me feel really directionless right now. So I thought, what if I pull a bunch of projects, a bunch of whips that are like different categories, and keep them out either for 2 weeks if I just can't stand it anymore, or the goal is for like the month to keep them out and just like see how much I can get done on this specific collection of whips. And then if like one day I'm really thinking about a project that's not in this pile, I'm gonna work on it. Like I'm not gonna tell myself no, but I want to keep these other ones downstairs and out and like just see how much I can do on them. So I did pull a stack of projects, and I thought I'd show you the ones that I've kind of pulled out to try and keep out for the month, or however long I manage to keep them out. The goal is a month, and just see if I can get any of them done, or if I can get, really good progress on some of them, which would make me really happy. So the first one I pulled out is a newer one, which I just have not gotten much done on, and I'd like to get a bigger start on, which is the Plum Street exclusive for the Farm Girl Gatherings retreat that was in Door County. It is called Every Gift. I have gotten a lot of questions from people. Where have I got this chart? Where can I buy this chart? You cannot buy this chart. This is an exclusive. You can buy it next year for sure. Farm Girl will have an exclusive kit available for it, but I don't think she will be the only one to have the rights to the chart, obviously. So it will come out. It will come out, but not until next year. That's just how retreat exclusives go. But I would like to get a bigger start on this. I'm stitching this on 36 count maple bar. I have a hanging thread. Maple bar from Cedar River Linen. this is the starting point. And yeah, I'd love to get more going on this one. And to make sure my fabric is big enough. It's looking small, but I measured, so I don't know, we'll see. So there's the first one. The next project that I would love to see more progress on is Dwelling Place from Teresa Kogut. I started this over a year ago for my mother-in-law's birthday, and she has since finished hers, and I just would love to see more done on it. I don't pull it out very often. I'm not sure why. This is being stitched on 40 count Dirty Teacup from Needle and Flax, and this is where I am. I am not stitching, you know, I could have stitched the border, but I didn't think my fabric was big enough, so I'm not stitching the border. But this is where it is right now. I love it. I just think it'd be so pretty to have up in my house. I added the American flag here. I copied Vanessa, who is Flame Fingers on Instagram. She added the flag there, and I loved it so much, so I copied her. So there is that project. And it's kind of patriotic colors too. All the colors are very reds and blues and patriotic colors, which I feel like is appropriate for July. Okay, and my, what's happening here? That was weird. Okay. Well, this is a whip that I forgot to show, but it felt so pathetic, I didn't even bother pulling it out. I did like an hour on coffee and eggs. I just did these flowers here. It was so pathetic, I didn't even pull it out. Anyways, okay, so the other project that I have that I'd love to see a lot of progress on is Maria Ewan. So the categories I've got so far is Summer, Every Gift, Sampler, Dwelling Place, Hands Across the Sea, which will be Maria Ewan. I'm stitching her on 46 count Buttermilk. Oh my gosh, I can't get it out. From Color and Cotton with the called for 103 silks. And here is what she looks like right now. I would love to see some great progress on her. Like, if I could finish the border outline, that would be really great. And yeah, just get some more in her. She's so pretty, and I love the silks. So I'd love to get more done on her. Okay. I have to shove these back in here. I'm getting a big mess in here. Oh gosh, go in. Can't tell you guys how many times I zip up the threads in the zippers of these projects. Okay. So now you've got those categories, and now I wanted to have a fall. So I chose Turkey Hollow Farm from Stacy Nash. I have not touched this project in a very long time, which is unfortunate because it's beautiful. I'm stitching it on 40 count Vintage Lentil from Lakeside Linens, and this is where I am on it. I'd love to get the house outlined and get this vine border completely finished and do some more of the flower border across the bottom. I'd love to see some great progress on this one. So there's my fall project. And then I chose a Christmas project. And the one that I am going with is Peace and Goodwill. I have a pitiful start from last winter on this one, and it's not very big. I feel like I could potentially finish it if I keep it out all month. I'm stitching it on 36 count Hazelwood from Fiber on a Whim. And this is what it looks like right now. So like I said, very small, pitiful start, but it's okay. The house is done. That's the biggest fill-in spot. I think I could potentially get that done this month if I stick with this. And then the last one I chose is a Halloween whip that you haven't seen for a while. And that is the Halloween sampler from Teresa Kogut. I started this so long ago. It's 2025. I started this in, I think it was 2020. No. 2022. Guys, I can't remember. I really think it was 2020. It was when Teresa Kogut was at Stitch West. Whatever year that was, that's when I started this. It's really old. But it's a BAP. It's so big. It's really intimidating to work on. But it's so old. I hate how much it's been lingering. Okay, so here's what it looks like right now. I'm stitching it on 40 count Dead Sea Scroll from Seraphim Fabrics with, I think it's a full conversion of threads. It's the border, you guys. It's that cat border. It is murder. It is so dense, so repetitive. It just kills me. It kills me. I like stitching all the little elements inside. The border is just monstrous. But I love this chart. So if I keep it out for the month and I put 3 strands in it, that's 3 strands more than it had. It's just my oldest, I think it's my oldest whip at this point. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. So that is my Halloween whip. I did toss around the idea of adding in, where is it? It's in here. Nope. Of adding in the Artsy Housewife, A Study in Nature, because this, I've had this whip is over a year old. I did toss around the idea of adding this one in. We'll see. I'm not restricting myself to other whips if I feel like working on them. These are just the ones I'd love to see great progress on during the month of July. I will be pulling out a whip on 4th of July. That is patriotic, most likely, if I'm not working on Dwelling Place, because, I mean, it's 4th of July, I have to. So that's kind of my loose plans. Excited to see what I can get accomplished in this month. Obviously I film every week, so you'll see more progress throughout the month. Let's see, life stuff. Saturday was when we met my mom at the zoo with my nephew, and so we went through the zoo. It was perfect weather. All the animals were out and about running around. That was really fun to see. And then we went to lunch after, and so it was just a good morning. Having fun with Grandma. And then that night was we have a lake. And we have like a local fireworks show on the Saturday before 4th of July that a local car dealership puts on. And it's actually a really great fireworks show. It's really big for being as small as we are. And we live really close to the lake, but the lake gets crazy busy to go see the fireworks. So we're just not into waiting in a line for 30 minutes to try to get out of the lake once the fireworks are over. So we live really close enough that my husband will drive the big kids just down the road and park on the side of the road with like 50 other people and watch the fireworks from the car. And a local radio station has a set playlist that they do with the show. So it's all kind of coordinated. So they put me on FaceTime. So I was able to watch the fireworks with them from the comfort of my bed. So we watched the fireworks show, and that was really fun. Let me think. Otherwise, we just really hung out all weekend. We've been sitting outside like all day, every day. It's getting really, really hot. We'll sit outside in the backyard the first part of the day, but then by the afternoon, it's like high 80s. It's too hot to sit out back there. It's not a covered patio. It's just an umbrella, and it just does not block the heat. So we've been moving into the garage and setting up chairs and a little table and stuff in the garage, and the kids, ride their bikes in the driveway and scooters and everything. And it's much cooler in the garage. So we've been sitting outside a lot. Just trying to take advantage of all this good weather, because we really only get 4 months of really great weather. 4 months of really great weather in the year. So we take advantage of every moment. I'm hearing some loud toys coming up the stairs right now. I don't know where my thing went. We almost made it a whole video without an interruption. Oh, there's another one.
Paper.
Okay. Okay, almost done. So yeah, we just hung out all weekend and smoked some stuff on the smoker, and that's kind of what we do all summer. We're just really chill people. So now I will go into shows I've been watching. Okay, I watched The Better Sister on Prime. It has, Jessica Biel, and I can never remember her name. She was Ivy Trinket in Hunger Games. She's been on a million things. It's like a limited series, I think. I don't think there's going to be a season 2. They ended it pretty clean, I thought. It was so good. You guys, I binged this show in 2 days. I could not stop watching it. It was great. I loved the relationship between the two sisters, and it's one of those shows that just like keeps you guessing. Like every episode, like more questions, no answers. And then the last like 2 episodes, everything just ties together so neatly and so perfectly. I love when that happens with shows. So the premise of this show is wife comes home to find husband murdered, and the whole show is kind of like they're trying to find the murderer, but they're trying to defend the son who the police arrested as the murderer. So, I mean, it's so good. Go watch it, please. I promise you will love it. And then I started a show. I cannot believe I've never seen it. It's called The Midwife on Netflix. Did I talk about this in my last video? Guys, all of them run through, blur together in my head. I cannot remember. Anyways, I'm going to talk about it again if I did. Call The Midwife. It's based in the 50s. A group of nurses working at it's not a nunnery, but it's like a church-run medical kind of center run by nuns. So it's a group of nurses working with nuns as midwives and, nurses for other things people might need in the area. And it's so good. It's a BBC show. I don't know why I've never seen it. I think it's like 13 seasons too. It is so much like same vibes as All Creatures Great and Small, which is one of my favorite shows in the world. It's very similar aesthetic and feelings as that show, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every minute of it. It's so great to watch and to listen to while I'm stitching. I love it. I'm so glad it's so many seasons too. That really just makes me so happy. Okay, and then the other show we've been watching, my husband and I have been watching together, is Somebody Feeds Phil. It's on Netflix. It's it's about Phil Rosenthal. Was a director of a bunch of shows in the 90s. His biggest one being Everybody Loves Raymond, which is my favorite sitcom show in the world. And he just kind of travels everywhere and eats. There's a little bit of education here and there, but it's mostly just him eating things. And he's goofy and weirdo kind of guy, and he's just funny. And so we really love watching that show. There was a new season that premiered last week, and so we've been watching that. And then also the second half of season 2 of Squid Games premiered. So we've been watching that. We only have one episode left, the finale episode of that show. And it has been so sad. I feel like this season has been crazy sad. So many sad situations. Obviously, it's wild and people are dying in crazy wild ways. But I mean, it's just one of those shows you're just like, can't stop watching, can't look away. It's a train wreck kind of a thing. So we will have that finished probably by tomorrow. So we only have one episode left. I haven't really been watching a lot of Flosstube. I watch, my friends, and then, my favorites. Like I watch Brendan and Laura, obviously. So like just been watching like my favorites kind of. I haven't been branching out to like new channels, and I haven't even really been watching all of the ones I'm subscribed to. I don't know. I go in phases where I'll like watch Flosstube a ton for weeks and then not for weeks, and then I'll catch up. It's just one of those times. It's fine. I'm going to keep watching Called the Midwife, obviously. There was another show that I did want to watch. I watched Lord of the Rings the other day too. It's just nice, one of those shows to have on in the background. I keep Everybody Loves Raymond on in the background like that too. So I'm going to keep going on Called Midwife. More show suggestions. I love when you guys give me show suggestions. A lot of the times I've seen them already. I watch a lot of TV, guys. I mean, I'm not actively watching it half the time either. I'm just listening to it, but I love hearing your show recommendations. So yeah, I'm going to keep going on that. I'm hopefully going to get some really great progress in the next week on some of these projects that I showed. And I will see you all in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July celebrating with your family or doing whatever you do for the holiday. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.